Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have a pumpkin growing. I'm so excited that I did have one. I actually have three that came. This is like the smaller size one. And today I'm going to make some pumpkin bread out of fresh pumpkin. So before I even get into, how to actually make the pumpkin bread, I want to show those who are just interested in roasting a pumpkin how to do so. I'll show you guys how I carve it. I actually have this watermelon knife that I purchased some time ago, and it's perfect. As you can see, it's pretty long. It's perfect for carving watermelons, but you can also use it for pumpkins because you need something to kind of cut it in an even fashion. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the stem off. You can sometimes kind of break it off. So there's the stem. One thing about pumpkins, they are gourds, so they'll keep for a really long time. If they're in your garden, you want to make sure that they are this deep orange color. If you've ever grown a pumpkin, you know it starts out green and then it changes to the color orange. So you want to make sure that you're using a pumpkin that is well done, or you go to the store and buy one. All right, almost through, and there we go. Bam. So we have gotten the inside of this pumpkin done. As you can see, there's the guts, the seeds and stuff that you definitely want to keep. That's why I wear gloves, because it can get kind of icky. So you pull out and just show a pretty even size. So we're going to now pull out the guts of the pumpkin and set it to the side. I try to be thoughtful when I do it, so I like to use something that's a scoop style. I guess you could use your hands, but I like to use like an ice cream scoop because you want to save these seeds. You can use the seeds for, of course, next season, but you can also roast them. If you want to do something with this actual pumpkin, break it down, you're going to have to bake it. So I'll show you guys that part of the process. So now we have our inside done. I'm gonna scoop a little bit more. All right, so we got our pumpkin. We're gonna place it in the oven, but before we do that, I like to spray mine down with some kind of vegetable oil or spray. That really helps to, when you're roasting it, to make it a little better. Then you're going to take a baking sheet, place the pumpkin on the inside of it. I like to line it with parchment paper, place it flesh side down, and you're gonna place it in the oven. It's so crazy how beautiful it looks just sprayed. It looks almost artificial, but it is a real pumpkin. We're gonna place it in the oven on 425 for 45 minutes. Okay friends, it has been 45 minutes and the pumpkin is basically roasted. Now I'm going to just touch it a little bit just to show you guys what it looks like. So you'll see kind of soft, but we're gonna have to cool it down. It's like wrinkled and stuff. We're gonna have to cool it down so we can touch it and peel the skin off, but it's gonna be so easy to do. I'm just gonna show you guys. I'm gonna let it cool down so we can deal with it about another 45 minutes, and then we'll be ready to puree it and prepare it for our pumpkin bread. All right friends, so it has been about 30 minutes for the pumpkin to cool down, so it's gonna be much easier for me to peel it. It's cool to the touch, it's not too hot. That's what you're really waiting on. This one is still warm, but you can deal with it. Now, I've already done one just to give you guys an idea of what we're actually looking at. It's going to look different from your regular pumpkin that you buy in the store. So I just want to show you guys how easy it is to peel and why you want to do it with the shell side down. If you do it with the shell side up, you be pulling the shell from underneath the pumpkin, which is this way you can just peel it directly. So that's just a small little thing you can do. And then you can just take a knife. I got a pretty sharp knife, but you don't really need a super sharp knife. And you can just easily peel it right off. It'll come right off in huge pieces, not a problem at all. So now that the shell is off, and you can tell it's off just by looking at it, you want to puree the pumpkin. I have a Vitamix, so that's what I'm going to use. And I'll show you guys that part of the process. Because this is not canned pumpkin, you know, canned pumpkin is kind of whole and everything is already in there. But this pumpkin, you gotta break it down more. If you have a food processor, you can use that too. I'll start it low. We'll get everything all cleaned up. Then I'll show you all the rest of that process. I hadn't scraped it all the way, but this is about 3 cups, which is gonna be perfect for my recipe. And that's the thing, when you're using the pumpkin that you have, you wanna measure it so you can know how much puree you have for your recipe, because you don't wanna not have enough. So we're gonna drain it for some of the liquid, because it's tough to bake with something like this. So I'm gonna put it in this colander to drain it a little bit and get some of the liquid to come down. Then I'll have pumpkin juice, and I'll let that stay for a little while, and then I'll be ready to start baking my pumpkin bread. Just to give you guys some perspective, it has now reduced down to 2 cups. If you can see it, before I didn't smooth it all the way out, but you can see before it was 3 cups, but now that all the liquid has gone out of it, it's gone down, which is the perfect amount that we need for our pumpkin bread. If you learned something from this video, let me know down in the comments, and make sure you check out my next video where I'm showing you guys how I make pumpkin bread out of a real pumpkin. Check it out. It's in the very next video. All right, bye.